Hey everyone, I'm here with my friend Antny,
Hello, everyone.
and we're going to do something that Anthony actually suggested. It was his idea.
Yeah, I want to test my.
Wait a minute, is that like pizza or is it a cut on your lip? I'll shut this all off. I don't know if it's pizza or a little like a
Oh, yeah?
blood thing.
I leave some shaving.
Take a look in the bathroom. Can I put that? Leave that on for an outtake. Hello everyone, I'm sitting here with my friend Anthony.
Hello, everyone.
And he had an idea a little while back, something we were putting off. Tell him what the idea.
My idea was to test my Beatles knowledge of trivia, see how much of a Beatle expert I think I am, or that I am. So, and my expert friend here line up a
Expert.
Yeah, when it comes to the Beatles, line up a series of questions to ask me to see how good I'm going to do on this.
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your Beatles expertise?
I'd say about a 7.
7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I've got questions here written down. 20 questions. They're going to be worth, I guess, 5 points each.
Okay, sounds good.
And we'll total them up and see how many Antony gets right, what his score is out of 100. So I don't really know how, his knowledge, with the kind of level of, how complicated it should be or easy or whatever. So we'll get a few mixed up things here.
We'll roll with it, see how it goes.
All right, you ready? So we're going to do this, Antony, and start with number 1.
I'm ready.
Now, in 1964, Ringo Starr had to get his tonsils taken out when they were in Australia, and they had a drummer that replaced him. Who was the drummer?
Jimmy Nichols.
Okay, again?
Jimmy Nickel?
Jimmy Nickel. I'll give it to you. Jimmy Nickel. Okay, number 2. Now, you know Aunt Mimi, right?
Yeah, well, John's aunt.
All right, okay. Now, he had an uncle, too. Do you know what his uncle's name was?
Now, didn't the uncle die?
This is true. See, Anthony's trying to, show he does know stuff.
Yeah.
But do you know what his name was?
No, I mean, I was going to say Alfred, but that's John's father, Alfred.
Well, I was going to have a question here about John's father's name, and I didn't. So you would have got that right.
Oh, okay.
Well, so you don't know that one. Am I right?
No, because then the man, they really don't hear much about the man because he did die right after John moved in with the aunt or something.
Well,
or before John's mother died or something.
Be
right?
that as it may, there is an answer to the question.
I
And the
don't know
answer,
that one.
it's Uncle George.
Oh, okay. Who knew?
Like the Little Rascals, Uncle George. Eat him up,
Okay.
yum yum, eat him up. All right. Okay, now, what was the B-side of the Love Me Do single?
P.S. I Love You?
P.S. I Love You is correct. Okay.
One of my favorites.
That's right. It's underrated by me, I think I like it. I'm saying I think it's underrated by others is what I meant.
Great love song for your girl.
That's right. We're just to listen to him bop around the house. All right, now number 4. The Beatles went to Hamburg, Germany, in the early days.
Yeah.
Can you name 2 clubs that they played in from Hamburg?
Let's see, 2 clubs that they played in. And I saw the sign too. Cavern is one.
No, the Cavern is the one in England, at Liverpool.
Yeah. I really don't know much about the early days, so
Right.
I really couldn't. I only like one song that Pete Best plays drums on, Three Cool Cats. I don't listen to anything pre-Ringo really.
Okay, well anyway, so we have to have. I think we better have a buzzer here. So there's a few clubs. There's the Star Club,
Okay.
Live at the Star Club in Hamburg, Germany was an album. There's the Indra, der Kaiserkeller.
Well, actually, that's where Ringo started with them, filling in for Pete Best in Hamburg, right?
Look,
62?
he's doing a good job of trying to make him. He does know a lot of stuff. Just whatever questions I ask, you don't know. I don't mean you don't. I mean you don't know. I mean you don't know what questions I'm going to ask. I mean you don't know the answers. That's not what I meant. Listen. Anyway, number 5. What was the only George Harrison single with the Beatles that he got the A side? What's the song?
That he got the A side.
He's the only single where George's song and they gave him the A side. Only one time it happened.
Something?
That's correct. Something is the right answer to that. Pretty good. So for your 3 out of 5. Number 6. Now you know the old story where John was quoted as saying the Beatles were more popular than Jesus?
Yes.
Well, he did that because he was giving an interview to a reporter who was also like a friend of his. Do you know the reporter's name?
No, I just know it was from Mersey Beat and was supposed to be off the record, and it wasn't.
It was actually the The London Evening Standard. No, Date Book for Date Book. No. It's the London Evening Standard, folks. Am I right? And then it came out in a magazine called Date Book in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, the woman's name is Maureen Cleave.
Oh, it was a woman? I thought it was a man.
I didn't say that. I want to give you a hint. Okay. Okay, so I think I picked some good questions here.
Yeah, sure.
Half and half. Okay. How many Beatles were there by the time we got to 1965? Actually, that's not a real question. I wanted to try to give him an easy one.
4.
That's not one of the questions. Okay. I'm trying to have some fun. Okay, number 7. Who was the only Beatle who had been in America before the Beatles arrived in 1964?
George came in summer of 63.
There you go. George Harrison is correct. Okay, now this is a little tough, I think, but let's see how you do. Can you name all 4 of the Beatles' birthdays?
Let's see. John Lennon, October 9th. George Harrison, February 23rd.
It's close.
Yeah.
It's the 25th, but go ahead.
Okay. Ringo's July 6th, 40.
July 7th.
Okay. And McCartney's April, isn't he? April.
June 18th.
Yeah.
So, my friend, that's an X. Okay. Now, what was the Beatles' first album released in the United States? It's the first album that was released here in this country.
Okay. Let's see. It's not Meet the Beatles, right? Is it Meet the Beatles?
Wait, I'm not going to give you any hints. Is that your answer?
Well, let me see. Hold on. I know it's Meet the Beatles, but wasn't there was an album introducing the Beatles or something like that, where the 4 of them are on like the faces are on Meet the Beatles, but there's an album where the 4 of them are standing,
right?
And it's a color photograph,
right? That was called Introducing the Beatles.
Isn't that the first album?
Is that your answer?
I think so.
That's the right answer.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy, very good there. Okay, who produced the Let It Be album?
Oh, Phil Spector.
Correct.
What I never understood about that, I thought he did a great job on the Long and Winding Road.
So do I.
And Paul didn't like it, and then when Let It Be Naked came out, they had Paul's version. I think I'm Paul. You're wrong on that one.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think he was. Look, it was the #1 single with the Phil Spector version with the strings and everything. I think he did a fantastic job.
Yeah, and they hit #1 after they broke up. The only group to do that, number 27 out of their 27 #1s.
Well, it's good to get in there, sweet. Anyway, what song is generally considered the Beatles' first #1 hit?
I think it would be "Love Me Do," isn't it? I mean, I would say "Love Me Do," but maybe here in America, it's "I Want to Hold Your Hand." Or "Please Please Me."
Well, I can't give you "Please Please Me" because you had said "Love Me Do" and
yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
Well, you missed it. He said "Love." Folks, am I being wrong? He's looking for me to go. Yeah.
All right, then I'm gonna go with.
But you said you got it was
"Love Me Do."
Okay.
Yeah.
The answer is "Please Please Me" is what I'm saying. So after all those few seconds we just delayed there, sorry folks, he didn't get it.
That was close. I said "Please Please Me" after "Love Me Do."
Yeah, I know, but you can't guess 4 songs where you go. That's right. You know,
okay.
You gotta pick one.
All right.
Who was the Beatles' producer?
George Martin.
Oh, I gave him an easy. That was a giveaway. In case you had trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So far, you're 7 for 12. So here we go. All right, true or false? You know, Ringo was asked to join the Beatles.
Okay. Yes.
You know, did he at first turn it down? True or false? Well, true or false?
I would say true.
The answer is false.
Oh, yeah, okay.
There's a 50-50 chance there. No. Let's see. I can't read my own. Oh. Who is generally considered the one who came up with the name Beatles?
John.
That's correct. Although I think John is correct, but you know, people out there might say I think Stuart Sutcliffe has also been credited with
Now, right or
together
wrong,
with
didn't that
John.
come from a Lee Marvin movie where he plays a biker?
He said,
And he says, and he's talking to Marlon Brando is the other guy, maybe?
He said, what do you say?
And he says, the other motorcycle club with the Beatles, and he says, the Beatles are happy you're here, right?
The Beatles miss, even the Beatles
miss you, yeah, right?
Something like
We
that.
saw that in England in the theatre.
That's where I think that's how it came. And I think Stuart Sutcliffe had something to do with that. So, but anyway, do you know the name of the club in England that Pete Best's mom owned and the Beatles used to play there? And I think to this day, actually, I think it's still there. I don't know if it's a new club or the same one. And Pete plays there.
Cavern?
It's called the Casbah.
Oh, okay.
The Casbah Club. Speaking of the cavern, which you just mentioned, there's one of the earliest. It used to be the earliest known footage of the Beatles, performing in the cavern. Now there's earlier footage they found before that. But anyway, on that early film footage of them performing in the cavern, what's the main song that they're famous for performing that they got on film of them doing? It's there's been other songs since then, but there's one song that every time you see footage of them performing in the cavern, it's always this song.
Ringo's on drums?
Yes, Ringo had just joined the band.
Oh, could it be Twist and Shout? No.
It couldn't be.
No, I don't know that. No.
The answer is Some Other Guy. You've seen that footage, haven't you, Andy?
Yeah, I just don't remember the song.
Right.
Really grainy black and white footage, right?
It's not grainy anymore. Well, it's kind of like restored pretty nice in some places. But anyway, the song Dear Prudence. Are you familiar with the song Dear Prudence?
White Album, right?
That's right. Who was Dear Prudence about?
Did it have something to do with the school teacher, Paul's or something?
Paul's school teacher, you say?
Yeah, I could be wrong, but...
It's wrong.
Oh, yeah.
It's Mia Farrow's sister Prudence,
Oh, okay.
who wouldn't come out of her hut, and they were worried about her because she was...
Oh, in India you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That's exactly right. So, okay, that is number 17, if you know what I mean. And we have 3 questions remaining, and I just decided to make them solo questions, the last 3.
Okay.
Okay. But then I don't think, I personally don't think they're that hard, but excuse me. Number 18. Who was the first Beatle to have a number 1, and what was the song?
My Sweet Lord, 1970, Harrison.
That's right. We need to have a ding-ding going on here. All right, number 19. Can you name 3 people that Paul McCartney collaborated with as a solo artist?
Michael Jackson.
Yep.
Let's see. As a solo artist, okay. Linda Krall, right? The pianist. Was that? I don't know. Is that her right name?
It's Diana Krall.
Yeah,
but
yeah, her.
But I didn't even think of her. So I guess I would. Is it collaboration? Yeah, it is, right, folks? Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess she plays. I guess that counts. Can you name another one?
As a solo artist.
What was the first one you said again?
Michael Jackson.
Short-term memory loss. Michael
Oh,
Jackson.
Stevie Wonder.
There you go. Can you name another one? I'll settle for those 3, but can you think of any more?
And then Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, and well, I guess he had a hit with those guys. He had hits with. You talk about somebody else he had a hit with.
You could have said maybe Elvis Costello, but it doesn't matter.
So,
It's good. I accept the answer.
okay.
Here's the final
Who
one.
was the final? Who was the other? Who was the third artist then besides Jackson?
I
and,
picked.
Jackson. And
I was
Wonder.
thinking of Elvis Costello. Those 3. I didn't think of
What do you
Diana
do with
Krall.
Elvis Costello?
A few songs on the Flowers in the Dirt album, My Brave
Well, that's
Face.
what that girl Diane worked on. She worked on Flowers in the Dirt, right?
She did? I thought it was Kisses on the Bottom.
Oh, okay,
I don't know. All I know is she plays on Live Kisses. She plays on it.
Okay.
I don't know. I would, whatever. I accept that. You folks let me know.
Okay.
I think I don't know. I don't claim to know everything, folks.
Okay.
All right. Last question. True or false? Linda McCartney wrote the Jamaican middle 8 part in Live and Let Die.
True.
That is true, because the last one was false. That's how I do things. The last one was false. This one must be true, you know. That's how I do it.
Yeah.
I'm usually the kind of guy that would put the same thing, false. But whatever, yes, that is true. For those of you who didn't know, Linda McCartney, the part that goes, what does it matter to you? I guess that's up the Jamaican. When you get a part to do, you gotta do it.
What artist did John Lennon collaborate with solo that went to #1?
Well, I don't know if it was a collaboration, but it was Elton John.
There you go. That's
What,
something that'll get you through the night.
I'm not the one being quizzed here, Andy. I know. I can afford to get it wrong, but I don't know if he wrote that with him. I don't think so. Anyway,
Isn't that the song that Saturday Night Live used as their ending theme in
he's
season
trying
1?
hard to make up for the mistakes. You got
Well, like I told you, I'd say a 7. That sounds like
5,
somebody
10,
was 7.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. I think that's what we got here. You got 60%, and that is, as far as I know, is not a passing grade, though.
No.
65 is usually passing. It's been a long time since I've been in school. But no, seriously, I think it's pretty good. So what? I can't do the math. How many questions that is out of? You figure it out. Sorry, folks. Looks like I goofed there. Actually, when I was going through Anthony's answers, I had found that I accidentally had checked off a correct mark for one of the answers that he actually got wrong. So reality is, Antony actually got 11 of the 20 questions correct, or a final score of 55. Anyway, folks, I think this was a lot of fun. How did you guys do out there? We'll do this again. I'll prepare another slew of questions for Antony. Now that I have some idea, I thought he's about there. He kind of knows a lot of stuff, but it's in the middle, kind of,
Yeah. Well, this has been an episode of Beatles Trivia with Antny. Tune in next week when we'll have another one.
Next week. We're lucky if we get together once every other month. Okay, later.